Hello, how's everyone? This is Dance Without Music. Year 4, it's almost year 5. I'm getting ready to put year 5. We went through a lot. Now I'm still just building on the previous YouTubes. This one now is how, okay? If you followed along these last few ones, it seems like somebody's following along. Thank you. It was funny because the whole time, these 4 years that I've been doing Dance Without Music, the thing that's most exciting is like when I did the dance and stuff like that. Excuse me. And it's going to come back. Thank you. Sorry. And that's going to come back. And that's the ones that were so much interesting. But it's not always like that. Anyway, I'm almost sure some people catch on. And it's really nice to know that certain people can understand. Some people there may be some people who follow along the whole thing. That's gonna be like awesome. But the whole weird thing about the program is that it's so much. It has to do with time. I put it in a lot of previous videos and a lot of other videos how important it is to start as soon as you think that you understand. And pretty much you have to start in the beginning. Especially now I'm coming out of my processing. I'm glad you see that what I have to go through. I mean, like for instance, I can't even do part of the dance that I used to do because processing, you know? And I talked about processing. And when you understand how to do the processing and you get to see, now you know what you have to go through. And when I get out of it, because it's true, things will become true once I get out of it. But I can see that it's true now. But I still have to get out of this processing. It's one of the hardest things, especially since it's precision, like precision, okay? So let's get into the how. We went through the where and the when, okay? We went through the where, when, and what was the last one we went to? Then, okay? And then we did the when and then the then. And like I said, the then is like, it's not like when. When is like boom. Where is something that you have to figure out. And like I said, the then. So now it's the how. The nice thing about how is you. It's about you. And it's something about life, because the thing about it is that we interact with so many things and we utilize the same thing that everybody else utilizes. So I can say the where is utilized by a lot of, people. And like for instance at work or where you live, a lot of people can access it. Not just you, but your friends, whoever comes to your house, that's still they're aware for them. Different kinds of wares. And then you have a then, and you think about, I mean, is it when? Yeah, when. And you got to think about when it's like when you get to work, when you get home, when you're in your room. When it's just like, okay, I'm going to, oh, I got this thing. I just thought about, because I have noodles and it's going to take 20 minutes so I can time it by doing this video. So you think about the when. There's so many different wins. I mean, like for instance, when I finish this video, okay, it's just like when, it's just so fast, you know, and abrupt. And then you have the then, which is, it's like a decision, okay? So it's not, it's very like, the reason why I'm telling you is because it's very important, because you're getting closer and closer into, like I say, the Dance Without Music. For a detailed understanding of what Dance Without Music is, you have to go to the former videos. The ones in the beginning or the ones earlier. So anyway, so what was I saying? Because I just, so going back to the when. So you know when, okay? So how when is? I just showed you some characteristics of when, and now we're going to do the how. Okay. Now there's other things too that everybody uses. Like for instance, the Radical 4. Everybody uses the Radical 4, but it's their Radical 4, of course. But sometimes in the dance, without music, okay, you may be able to occupy. I'm not going to go there because it's really, that goes into power, but you can occupy the same radicals at the same time. So I'm not going to talk about that, but that's into power. I don't know when power comes, but I had to finish precision. So let's do the how. Let's see how that works, okay? Like I said, the how is you. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that you got to notice the words that I'm telling you. I was going to categorize them and tell you like the grammar word for it, which I'll find later on, but that's not really important. Not as important. But you have to see the characteristics of what we're talking about and get an understanding, because it's going to be more refined. And of course we're talking about the meaning of them. When I say the meaning of them, that means that you take away, you don't say like I'm here, you know what I mean? You don't do that all the time, because you're in meaning, you're in what it means, so you don't have to use any vocabulary or anything like I stressed in other videos. So you have to find the characteristics of that, and you also have to find the characteristics of the different radicals that we're talking about, and that's where we're going to start now. So we have the Radical 4, and you know the Radical 4 now, but like I was saying before, it's limits. It's talking about limits. Sometimes you limit yourself so that you can see art. I mean, yes, so that you can see an art form. You limit yourself, okay? So if I'm here and here, and we already talked about the marks, okay? Okay, and you see the art in it, okay? Because it's a limit, okay? You have here. Okay, so that's limits of the radical. And you remember when I told you, like, we were here in the radical, and you can't, if you're in, if you want to go to the mark right behind you, because like right now I'm in natural quadrant. If I want to get to the one back there, I have to go to another quadrant and then go back, and now I'm there. So that's a characteristic also. So you have to learn the different characteristics. The easiest one is quadrant 4, of course. I mean, it's Radical 4. So now we're going to talk about the how. Once you got your where, you already know about the where, you already know about the when, and now you know about the then, okay? Because the then, there's something else I got to tell you about then. Then has to do with the between time. We already talked about between time. You don't know what you're going to do, so you have a set of between time, which means you planned out what you were going to do and you practiced it. So it's between time, and that's in former videos. So once you get to then, you can do a in between time. It's like a dance or a movement or something like that you practice a lot. And so you could do a between time. So let's say I have a between time, that's then. So my then, I'm going to make the decision to do a between time, okay? Now, in the between time, the way you go about doing it is totally yours. It's your signature. That's what you call the how. So like, I'm doing this, and 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 I'm doing this in Radical 4. But the way I do it is my how, okay? My how is the way that I do it, okay? So, like, I'm going to reach the marks, okay? I'm going to do all the marks, and you know where I'm at in Radical 4 because you saw me. So I'm going to do this one, 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 okay? Excuse me. So the way that I did them is my how, okay? How I did it. The nice thing about how is that it's your signature. It's the way you do the marks, okay? The way that you handle the marks. You know you have to have a mark. Everybody has the, I use numbers, but I'll tell you about numbers, you know. I use the 4 different marks. The way I use the 4 different marks is my how. So now we did how. And let's see if I could do something with the how, okay? Okay, like I'm gonna walk in Radical 4, and then I'm going to change. Then I'm going to change to a Radical 9, and I'm just gonna walk through Radical 4 and through Radical 9, and you can see my how. Okay, so let me get back a little bit. Okay, so that's my how. So that ends it for how, and then I'm gonna, I don't know exactly which one's gonna be next. And or if it's going to be another one next about that, but anyway, there'll be another one before I start the sessions again, because I'm not, I wanted to tell you, yes, I'm doing very well as far as my processing is concerned. It takes a long time, but the thing about it is, the nice thing is I could just, one thing about being human, all of us together, is that we can learn something and we can help other people, because I can tell you everything I did and how not to do, and you'll do it, and you don't have to go through all of the problems that I did. And it's really difficult. But it's not just this. I mean, there's other things that we learned that took a long time to obtain. I just did a song on freedom. I just did an artwork on freedom. Made me think about, you know, all the freedoms that we have that we didn't have. It took a long time and a lot of suffering, okay? So it's just like, believe me, it's just like Dance Without Music. It's a lot of, it's just a lot. And you're getting it free for now, but when people find out, only 20%, I think only 10, maybe 10% are going to get it. I mean, not going to get it, but are going to benefit from the first sessions of Dance Without Music. And then my job is over. I mean, and then they can do whatever they want with it. I mean, because it's a free world. That's the thing about it, is I don't know how it's going to work out. The only thing I put into it, and the only thing I programmed into it myself, is that it's for people to better their lives and to help others. And I know there's going to be some people that's going to try and do things bad with it, but that's why it's free, so that a lot of people who are really nice and can enjoy their lives, they could do a lot with it. And I know because of the way I programmed it, that those people are going to be the ones that succeed. That's the only program I really put into it, is that it's, because I could pretty much program it for anything, but I programmed it for people who want to help themselves and help others. That's how I programmed it. Okay, and otherwise I wouldn't program anything, but that's the very important part, because that's what life is about. You know what I mean? Helping other people. So anyway, thank you very much. And that should end it for now. And now you know the how. And the how belongs to you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.